Hey everybody, so today we are at my desk because I am coming to you with the very much requested how I edit my Instagram pictures video. A lot of people have asked me how to do this. I did do live video one time on Instagram, but of course those disappear after 24 hours, so it didn't stay up very long. So I figured I'd do an in-depth YouTube video, as in-depth as I can be. I don't want to give away everything, but I will try my best to explain kind of my process and what I do. So my arm's getting tired, so without further ado, let's get into the process. Okay, I hope you guys can see my screen okay, but the first thing I do, of course, is import them. I import them to my external hard drive that I have plugged in right now, and then I import them all to Lightroom. So right now I have them only by red, but yeah, you can see these are all the ones that I had flagged. There we go. Here are all the pictures I imported from this day that I shot, which as you can see are a heck of a lot. So what I do to edit them is just go through next. And when I find one I like, I click the P button and that flags it as pick. If I go back later and decide I don't like it, I press the U, that removes it. But basically I go through all of them, pick the ones I like, and then I go down here and filter them by the flagged. And that'll give me all the pictures that I tagged that I liked. But I went through and picked 4 to do this video, so I just made them as a red label. So we're gonna go in and edit them right now. So I have a preset for all of my photos. It's just called the date that I made the preset, which is October 18th. As you can see, that drastically changes the look. How do I do? Oh, here. That drastically changes the look of the photo already. So I'll try to go through and let you know what exactly this preset consists of. So I boost the exposure and I reduce the contrast a little bit. Let me bring it back. Ugh. Oh God, I clicked on something. Anyway. I bring the highlights all the way down just so I can get that detail back in there because I do, increase the exposure so much, and I bring the shadows all the way up just again to bring that detail back. I boost the whites a little bit and reduce the blacks. That just gives it a little bit more contrast, I guess. Even though I brought down the contrast here, I don't want it to be too much, but this makes it a little bit brighter, the whites, and then the blacks gives it a little bit more contrast, like I said. I reduce the clarity so it's a little bit softer. I boost the vibrance, but then I reduce the saturation so it's not too in your face. I don't really do anything else. Oh yeah, where am I? Oh, here. I do this weird thing with the curves. I literally don't know if this is what you're supposed to do. Probably not. I know you're supposed to make more points, but I just make these 3 and bring this up just because it gives a little bit more matte look to the photo. So the blacks aren't so black. And then I will sharpen it and reduce the noise a tiny bit because my pictures are always noisy. So that is basically what my preset consists of. Oh yeah, and then I do the white balance as daylight. It's just one of the presets that's in there. So that is what my preset consists of. I made it up myself just through trial and error and the past 3 years taking photos. That's just what I came up with. So usually it comes out pretty good once I click that. I'm mostly happy with it. Honestly, this one, I could probably boost the exposure a tiny bit, but honestly, that looks good to me. So those are like the lucky ones. Now let's try it on this one. That is just way too blown out for me. Let's see if we can zoom in. So that's just a little bit too blown out for me. It's just a little too light. So I'm gonna first reduce the exposure. Let me bring this full screen. Actually, no. I'm gonna reduce the exposure. Not too much. Maybe bring the shadows down a little bit. It's literally just playing around with it and deciding what you like. I'm also going to bring the vibrance up a little bit, just a tiny bit. I'm going to make it a little bit more warm as well, but not too much. Okay, so that looks better to me. Here's just a before and after of the actual picture. Ta-da! See how much better it is now? Okay, let's go to the next one. Ooh, this is a cute one. So too, like just looking at it, I'm like, this picture's okay. But once I put the preset, that makes it even cuter. I honestly don't think I want to change anything after the preset, but I do want to straighten it because it is very off kilter, and I want to crop it. So for a photo like this, I will crop it to Instagram size, which is 8x10. So I'm just gonna crop it. I don't want to leave her hand in there. Boom. Look how cute that is. And then the last one is this Elsa one. Again, do the preset. That is a little bit on the cool side for me and a tiny bit, I guess it's not too bright, but it is a little bit cool. So I'm gonna raise the temperature and make it a little bit more pink, not too much. Honestly, everything else looks good to me. I've like perfected this preset so much that it just looks okay to me at all times. Especially because I only use it for daytime pictures, so Festival Fantasy and Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair is pretty much the only thing I use the preset for, and the only thing I take pictures of in general. It doesn't work as well, of course, for nighttime pictures. That's just gonna have to be from scratch, but I never take those anymore, so it doesn't really matter. So now I'm going to import these onto my phone, and then I will grab my phone and let you know what I do after that. Okay, so what I do after this is I will go into my files and I'll find the file. So I drag them all over to my like iCloud like files, and I'll go into my phone that way. So I'll find the one I want and I will just click export and then save image. I already did that. So then I will import it into VSCO, of course, the infamous VSCO. So these are all the photos I have currently. I have this one there already, but I'm going to show you the Cinderella one and the Elsa one. Look at this, Epcot ball. Okay, anyway. So the first thing I will do is put on my filter. I'm going to keep that a secret in this video just because I want to at least have one thing to myself, but that's what I will do next, is put on my filter. Okay, so after I've done my filter, I will just go and kind of fix anything from there. So it looks a little bit warm. My filter's warm to begin with, so I don't want it to be like over the top, you know, warm. So I'll go into the temperature and bring that down a little bit. I don't want to be too much because the rest of my pictures are pretty warm. Gosh, has VSCO been going so slow for anybody else, or is it just my phone? Because it's driving me nuts. Okay, sorry, we're back. I just had to close all my apps and reopen them because VSCO was going so slow. Anyway, I'll just do it a tiny bit. It also looks pretty light to me still after like getting it on my phone and putting the filter on it. So I'll go down to the exposure and bring that down a little bit. If it looks too dark when I get into Instagram, I really like their like brighten feature on there. VSCO doesn't have one of those, so I'm just gonna try to make it a little darker. There we go, that looks better. And I think that's pretty much it for this photo. If VSCO will ever respond to me, it will be a miracle. Okay, so we're gonna save it. I was going to do another one, but honestly, I don't know if VSCO is going to cooperate because I keep clicking things and nothing is happening. So we will just, I guess, end here because that's all I do, and then I go ahead and save it and post it on Instagram. Oh, let me show you the other app I use. So the other app I use for Instagram is called Preview. It has all of the photos here. So as you can see from when I first started actually like paying attention to what I post in what order. This app is called Preview, and it's really cool because you can move pictures around like so easily. So you can like swap them, things like that. So I think that is really awesome, and it really helps me know which one to post next. So that is it. I think that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was at least a little bit helpful to you. I'm not a professional or anything. I really just taught myself everything I know, but a lot of people wanted to know what I do, so there it is in all its glory. If you guys have any other questions about my process, if I missed anything, please tweet me or Instagram direct message me or comment on my photo or something, and I can try to help you guys out. If you have any other videos you want to see from me, of course, let me know. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!